Ladies and gentlemen, let's kick off the N&P right. Get on your feet. Welcome to the stage. Your first mentor, Mr. Calvin Becerra.
How's everybody doing tonight? Go. Nice. That was the first try right there. That was great. All right. Hey, I'm excited to be here tonight to speak into your lives. And I see some familiar faces in here from the industry, friends of mine. It's incredible to see you guys. I know what a privilege it is for me to be on the stage speaking into your lives. I take it as a huge responsibility. I know you have teammates here who are looking to us for some guidance, for some inspiration. I said a prayer in the back for you guys and for myself that God would give me the words to speak into your lives that would be powerful enough to move you guys to take action. And I'm confident I could do that for you guys. But where's the screen? Everything in my life has been about pressure. And it's my response to those times that got me here today, to where I am standing on this stage. A lot of us experience it. Some of us don't know how to handle it. Some of us accept it as challenges, and it helps propel us forward into the future. But I've had to constantly run through pressure my entire life, not just in network marketing, but in every facet, every year of my life. Pressure made me. I grew up in Northern California. I think we moved to a different house every single year. I lived in Oakland, Richmond, Rodeo, small houses, different project communities. My mom was on welfare and food stamps. That's all I knew. It was always adversity that we had to overcome. I witnessed my mom always stressed out. She never had a stable man in her life. We never had a real father figure, my twin brother and I, my little sister. We never had a real father figure to look up to. We were always involved in something. My mom made sure we were never on the streets. We were always involved in some type of sport because the coaches were the ones who mentally prepared us for our future. They were our father figures. But the cool thing about my life was that my mom always believed in us. She always told us where we were going, not where we were. And for me, that was also a lot of pressure for me. You know, as a kid, I knew my mom was stressed out. And when she was stressed out, she would take it out on us. And my brother and I realized at an early age that we had to take that pressure and turn it into something good. We'd go out and mow lawns and wash cars at 8 years old. We'd knock on every door, try to do any work they'd ask us to do to earn money to bring it back home to our mom so she can help her pay the bills, keep the lights on, keep the water hot. And as we got older, that work ethic started to build within each of us. And because my mom told us that we were going to go to college one day and we were going to change our cycle, we were going to get them out of the projects, we were going to help my sister, we were going to change our lives, we knew at an early age we wouldn't be able to do that if we stayed where we lived and went to through the school system where we lived. So we found a high school that was about an hour away from us in Northern California called De La Salle High School. It's a private all-boys high school in Concord, California. And we knew that all the rich kids went there. And we weren't those. But we knew if we took the test, we would get in because we were smart enough to do that. We paid attention. We took the BART bus to the train, back to the bus to the school. We took the test. 3 weeks later, my mom got an envelope in the mail saying we got accepted, and she was devastated because she didn't know that we did that, and she didn't know how she can afford to send us there, so she thought she'd break us. And when we got accepted, we were excited, and we knew that that was more pressure for us. So we went and filled out every job application in the city of where we went to school, and we got hired at all these different places, right? And we accepted 3 different jobs, but we didn't tell each one that we were going to work at all those 3 jobs. We were only 15 and a half. And we'd wake up in the morning at 4 o'clock. We'd take the bus to the BART train, back to the final bus. We'd go to De La Salle, or we'd go to our first job early in the morning. We were janitors. Then we'd go to school, do our homework in the library, go to our sports practice after school, and then work at Exxon gas station. We were the shop boys. Then we work at Applebee's restaurant where we were a host until 11 o'clock at night, and we'd try to make the last bus to the train home. Sometimes we'd miss it, but we'd always hide the key to the gas station bathroom, and when we missed it, we slept in the bathroom. Right? And we repeated the next day. But we knew where we were going. Right? That was our circumstance, but we knew how it was going to end up for us. It was our response to the pressure that was going to get us to where we are today. Because we did so well in sports and in academics, we got full ride scholarships to go to college, but we couldn't help my mom anymore because we had to really focus on school. So we bought her a little trailer in Georgia. She had to move there. And for 4 years, we worked our butts off. Graduated at the top of our class, both got degrees, both got really good jobs. I got involved in real estate. My brother became a police officer. And then I ended up becoming really successful. Pressure to get my mom back home. And I bought her a house, and today I take care of her because of all that pressure. Real estate was an incredible time, but when the market crashed, I lost everything too. More pressure. But I've always been open-minded. I saw someone with bigger goals than me at a time that everybody was devastated, and I wanted to follow that guy. And he introduced me to network marketing. He stayed persistent with me. I joined, and I became very successful very quickly. And I learned a lot about failing, even with success. I experienced uplines leaving, taking my organization. I experienced leaders that I thought were my family leave to another company. I experienced it all. But it was my response to all of that that got me to where I am today. I never quit. I always sought counsel with other people in my company who had more experience than me. They'd always share their story of how they can relate to that same exact story, and it's all part of the price we have to pay to become successful. It was how I responded to that pressure, and I rebuilt my business and rebuilt my business. My company almost went out of business, and we were acquired. More pressure to perform for a whole new cast who didn't know who I was. I wasn't appreciated yet. I had to work my butt off to earn that respect. More pressure. And then to be here in front of you guys today, more pressure. There's a diamond inside each and every one of us, but first you have to understand how a diamond is formed. Deep below the Earth's surface in the mantle, the Earth's crust, 100 miles deep, is where carbon molecules are pressurized and heated from the surface all the way down and crystallized, turned into diamonds. And then through volcanic activity, keyword activity. See how this relates to you. Deep below where nobody can see you, you're working your butt off, active, volcanic activity. Hundreds of years it's taking to push these diamonds up until the Earth's surface, until a volcano erupts and pieces of the mantle are spewed out into the Earth's surface, eventually until they're discovered and someone has to mine them out. Constant heat and pressure they have to endure and endure and endure. Pressure all around them, but they endure it. Eventually till they reach the surface and they're found. Their potential is discovered. We're all diamonds. Pressure is what makes us. Pressure makes us. If you want to be the best and stay the best, you have to teach your team how to embrace pressure instead of running from it. The scary thing about success is that once we reach a certain level, there's constant pressure on us to perform. With leadership comes pressure. With higher standards comes pressure. With more ambition comes more pressure. That's why most people choose to stay in their comfort zone and they never break the mold. But you're never going to realize your true potential if you stay in your comfort zone. Everybody runs from pressure. Pressure is a privilege. If you're an employee of a company and your boss puts you in a pressure situation, that's a privilege. A life without pressure is a life without progress. So why do people run from pressure? Because it's uncomfortable. It forces people to level up and take action. Most people want to stay in their comfort zone, but you're never going to experience the real thrill of achievement and financial freedom if you don't embrace all aspects of your life, the ups and the downs. You have to understand that when you're at the bottom, eventually you're going to get to the top. But sometimes when you're at the top, eventually you're going to have to start all over at the bottom. The key is to stay confident and level-headed through both situations. Pressure is a privilege. Pressure and stress are skills that successful people are paid very highly for. So don't shy away from the challenges that high-level achievement and a world-class lifestyle bring. The times where I had the most on the line, the times where I had the greatest risk for failure, the greatest risk of embarrassment, were the times that I had to dig deeper into who I really was. And it not only helped me grow my confidence, but it helped grow my capacity See, the mind is like plastic, not elastic. When you take a rubber band and you stretch it, it always goes back to its original size. But when you take a plastic bag and you stretch it, it never goes back to the size it originally was. So the reason why I tell you to push past pressure and to push yourself to achieve more is because once you push yourself to achieve more, you're never going to go back to the person you were before. Life is short. That's why we shouldn't allow opportunities that really test us pass us by. Michael Jordan's trainer, Tim Grover, said, "There is no greater privilege than pressure." Every year, Michael Jordan used to get together at training camp during the summer, and he used to get his guys together, and he'd say, "Hey, I'm going to pass you the ball one time. If you don't do anything with it, I'm not giving it to you again." What he was telling his guys was, if I give you the ball in a critical pressure situation, what are you going to do? Because I could pass the ball on my own, I could miss a shot on my own. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to fumble the ball? Are you going to throw the ball away? Are you going to pass it back to me like a scared individual? He's saying, I want you to take that shot, and I want you to make that shot. It transcends whatever you're doing at that moment. It's not a switch that you can just turn on or off. When you deal with stress every single day, it becomes second nature. If you don't push yourself to do anything harder than your daily routine or anything that rocks your sense of safety, then you're much more likely to fall apart at the first sign of pressure. I challenge you to put yourselves in situations where you have to level up and prepare yourself more than you ever have before. Because if you shy away from pressure and stress, you're never going to experience real success or influence. It's tough to do the right things when you're under pressure. And a lot of people cave. But if you focus your energies on the reason why, and you replace your expectations with appreciation, then you're going to get through it. They say that necessity is the mother of invention, and pressure is the mother of performance. So there's one thing I want you to realize. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're an athlete, an entrepreneur, a Fortune 500 CEO, a parent, or just someone trying to figure life out. Pressure will either push you towards greatness or pull you down towards mediocrity. It all depends on how you respond. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone, so you have to learn to embrace pressure, because those who don't will never experience success, income, influence, or respect. Living your life incongruently and confused is the worst way to live. At least you know why you're not succeeding. If you don't do anything about it, that's on you. But to not accept pressure, but to still expect to live a great life, that's a delusion, and you're only cheating yourself. I'm betting on you. And I'm confident you want a world-class lifestyle. So remember one thing. Pressure creates diamonds. Thank you, guys.